Shannon, Coach Norvell, other members of the staff have talked a lot about investing in you last year. Can you kind of explain it from your point of view, what they did with you last year, even though you weren't playing in games and such?
So last year I traveled to all the games. I was in every meeting, and it was just like a great feeling to know like they wanted me to be a part of that. I was just soaking up all the knowledge from all the veterans like D'Lo, Tatum, Fabo. I was just soaking up all that. And to be able to like travel, I learned a lot from that.
Where do you think you've made the biggest strides? I know it's still early in camp, 4 days, 2 days in shells, but where do you think you've made the greatest improvement since last fall?
I know last year I was like overthinking a lot. I know that. So this year I'm more confident. I'm way more confident. I'm way more communicative. So like just talking more and more confident. That's all.
Coach Shannon made a comment that I think it was in the spring where you made a play where it was like everybody was like, okay, this is who he could be. Did it give you confidence to start making some big plays in practice?
Yes, sir, absolutely. Like just being able to play fast and knowing that I don't have to think, it gives me confidence.
What's it like having those three guys ahead of you, DJ and Tatum and Kalen, and just being able to lean on them? Obviously, they've played a lot of linebacker reps at a college level.
Yeah, they have a lot of experience, so like just being able to just soak up everything I can from them before they leave, it's just an amazing feeling. Like whenever I don't know something, I ask them. Whenever they don't know something, they ask me, and we're just all trying to compete and just be there for each other.
Do you find yourself now doing that with all the new faces in the room?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like just being there for Blake and all the other linebackers. Yes, sir.
What aspect of your game do you think has grown since you got on campus?
Can you say that again, please?
What aspect of your game do you think has grown since you've gotten on campus?
Probably reacting faster, just knowing that I don't have to think and just doing. That's really it.
You guys have got some really good players up front, front fours, deep, talented. How much easier does that make your job as a linebacker, and how enjoyable is the play behind those guys when they're keeping those big guys off of it?
It's amazing because like they fight the double teams for us, so like open gap I get to hit it and make plays and just play free because of them.
Linebackers, what kind of perspective can you give them now that you've been here for a year?
So like last year, I was in their shoes, just overthinking, not playing fast. So like I just give them all the knowledge I can, just tell them to calm down. You don't really got to do too much. Just learn as much as you can and just play fast. That's really it.
You mentioned that in the games where you can kind of not reacting as much. Does that mean they can slow down for you a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely slow down. Like I noticed that this year and like the end towards last year. Like that's where I really make my improvements. Like last year towards the end of the season. Yes, sir.
What part of your game do you feel like you still are chasing, working the hardest at, trying to improve upon?
Probably just like the mental aspect of it, like knowing the plays, like knowing out of this formation set, like this play is gonna come, so it helps me play way more faster and make decisions faster.
You guys have always had good tight ends, but you brought in some new tight ends now. How fun has that been going up against those guys?
Always been fun. Our tight end group is amazing. Competing against Jaheim, Marquiston, Cal, they're all like fast, and like Jaheim, he gives me the most work. He's the most difficult, I feel like. But they're all great though. But Jaheim's like a receiver, so you got to stay on your toes when you're going against him.
In that same kind of you guys, the offense is expected to be explosive this year. So how much is it fun to go up against them in practice and try to see if you guys can get better?
It's amazing. So like iron sharpen iron, so like just going against them, Jordan, and all the great running backs, tight ends, and receivers, and just all the looks they've given us. It's amazing, just to be able to go against them.
You guys got some more South Florida guys on the team now as freshmen. Do you watch those guys a little bit more? Did you know many of them before they got here?
Yeah, I heard of them. I played against Edwin. Me and Hakeem played together, and I heard of Conrad. We all came from great schools, so it's just being able to compete with them and be on the same side of the ball with them and go against Hakeem. It's just amazing.
You mentioned Hakeem having him back up here. Like you said, you guys were teammates at Stranahan. What's it meant to be teammates again and just competing against each other every day?
It's great to compete against him because, we went to the same school. So, like, I'm just giving him as much advice as I can because I was in his shoes last year. So just telling him to, stay on top of treatment, asking me if he was all right mentally, being there for him because I was in the same shoes last year.